readers, it's Sasha, and today I'm going to be talking to you about all of the books that I'm going to be reading in the month of June. So if you guys don't know, I play a TBR game called Goodreads Chooses My TBR, where I put the number of books that I have on my want to read list from Goodreads into a random number generator, pick 5 books from there, and I always give myself a fun little additional wild card number where if I land on any number that ends in my wild card number, then I have to add another book to the TBR. I brought this back in the month of May, and it has helped my reading so much. I picked some interesting books, which we'll talk about at another time, but it's just helped me keep on track with my reading. I'm so glad to be back and to be doing this again. So without further ado, let's just hop right into it because there's no time like the present. Alrighty, so I do have my screen recording here, and I have the numbers 0 through 9 in my number generator. So let's pick my wildcard number. 1. Okay, so if I land on any number in here that ends in the number 1, then I have to add an extra pick to my TBR. So I have 2,146 books on my Goodreads want to read list, so let's just dive right in. Oh, and I forgot to mention that if I don't end up landing on any books that I actually physically own, either on my Kindle or like behind me, then what I will be doing is at the end, I have all of the books that I own and have yet to read on a list, and I'll put that in a random number generator and just pick 2 from there and hopefully make those priorities for the month. But yes, without further ado, let's just go and pick our first Goodreads pick. $3.95, let's go. Catherine House by Elizabeth Thomas. Okay, this has some polarizing reviews. It's a 3.12 star. That's a little alarming, but I'm kind of interested. You're in the house and the house is in the woods. You're in the house and the house is in you. Catherine House is a school of higher learning like no other. Hidden deep in the woods of rural Pennsylvania, the crucible of reformist liberal arts study, with its experimental curriculum, wildly selective admissions policy, and formidable endowment, has produced some of the world's best minds, prize-winning authors, artists, inventors, Supreme Court justices, presidents. For those lucky few selected, tuition, room, and board are free, but acceptance comes with a price. Students are required to give the house 3 years, summers included, completely removed from the outside world. Family, friends, TV, music, even their clothing must be left behind. In return, the school promises its graduates a future of sublime power and prestige, and that they can become anything or anyone they desire. Among this year's incoming class is Inez, who expects to trade blurry nights of parties, pills, cruel friends, and dangerous men for rigorous intellectual discipline, only to discover an environment of sanctioned revelry. The school's enigmatic director, Victoria, encourages the students to explore, to expand their minds, to find themselves and their place within the formidable black iron gates of Catherine. For Inez, Catherine is the closest thing to a home she's ever had, and her serious, timid roommate, Baby, soon becomes an unlikely friend. Yet the house's strange protocols make this refuge, with its worn velvet and weathered leather, feel increasingly like a gilded prison. And when Baby's obsessive desire for acceptance ends in tragedy, Inez begins to suspect that the school, in all its shabby splendor, hallowed history, advanced theories, and controlled decadence, might be hiding a dangerous agenda that is connected to a secretive, tightly knit group of students selected to study its most promising and mysterious curriculum. So this is an adult fiction. There's horror, mystery, gothic, thriller, etc., etc. I've heard very mixed reviews about this book. I've heard people love it or hate it. There's literally never an in-between, but I'm interested in it. Dark academia and me, we have a complicated past. As you may know, I have a passionate hatred toward The Secret History by Donna Tartt. Passionate. And that's fine. But then I ended up reading some other dark academia books that I actually really ended up enjoying. So for me, this could really go one of 2 ways. I'm actually really excited though to read this because this has been on my radar for so long. Obviously, it's pretty close to the beginning of my Goodreads TBR, so I've had this on my radar for a while. I'm interested to see how this will go. I have a feeling I'm gonna like it, to be honest. I find that the lower rated books on Goodreads, I end up usually really liking. So for number 1, this is kind of fun. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm kind of excited about this. I fear this is a sleigh. Alright, let's go ahead and pick book number 2. Yay! Oh, we did it! This is our first punishment since I came back. It had to happen sometime. It was never inevitable. No, it was always inevitable. That's right. So I have to add another book because I picked 1631. So let's just do that. Wait. No, Plum, this is not the time. This is not even a little bit the time. Only This Beautiful Moment by Abdi Nazemian. Oh my god. So, I read Like a Love Story by Abdi Nazemian for a book club back in, 2021, 22. Holy, I'm so excited. Okay. 2019. Mood is an out gay teen living in Los Angeles with his distant father, Saeed. When Mood gets the news that his grandfather in Iran is dying, he accompanies his dad to Tehran, where the revelation of family secrets will force Mood into a new understanding of his history, his culture, and himself. 1978. Saeed is an engineering student with a promising future ahead of him in Tehran. But when his parents discover his involvement in the country's burgeoning revolution, they send him to safety in America, a country Saeed despises. And even worse, he's forced to live with the American grandmother he never knew existed. 1939. Bobby, the son of a calculating Hollywood stage mother, lands a coveted MGM studio contract. But the fairy tale world of glamour he's thrust into has a dark side. Set against the backdrop of Tehran and Los Angeles, this tale of intergenerational trauma and love is an ode to the fragile bonds of family, the hidden secrets of history, and all the beautiful moments that make us who we are today. I'm so excited! Oh my god, I'm so excited. Okay, it was worth adding an additional book. I'm pretty jazzed about it, not gonna lie. So let's just see what the next one brings. 1885. Alright, let's go. It's giving KU. That's what this page is giving. Trick. Foolish Kingdoms. Oh, it's a fantasy romance. We love to see that. It's a spicy enemies to lovers fantasy romance. Stay away from the court jester, especially if you're a good little princess. The court jester marks his targets with a ribbon. That's how I find out I'm next. The moment that band of scarlet fabric appears on my pillow, I know it's a promise. A bad omen delivered by someone wicked. He's powerful. He's sinful. They whisper about him in the castle's shadowed halls. Everyone fears his devilish tongue, yet everyone desires his heated touch. With each seductive temptation, I fall under the jester's spell. With every forbidden moment, he ignites a fire that I've never known before. But the jester is guarding a treasonous secret, and becoming his obsession is dangerous. As a good little princess, I should know, because if I don't risk my ruin, I'll surely sacrifice my heart. Yeah! That looks so good. Oh my god. Okay. Yes. I have been dabbling. I have been dipping my toes in the water of smut since leaving BookTube. I feel like I was like maybe dabbling a little bit, but I feel like one foot has emerged fully in the water, whereas it was just like a pinky toe when I left BookTube. I have in real life friends who are really into the smutty, romancy thingy-mabobs, and we have bonded greatly over the books that we share. I'm so excited to read this. I love just this whole premise. I don't love masks. I have a fear of masks. I have a whole thing from like childhood. It's nothing like traumatic. It is, but like not like scary. It's like just scary for me. Like it's not like bad, but this cover is still giving, even though I have a fear. So like that's pretty exciting. Okay. I'm so excited. Okay. Let's put that on my list. So that's pretty exciting. So now we get to pick book number 4. I'm actually living for this. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was a little nervous filming today. I was like, I'm so tired. This could be a disaster. But like, I could not have picked better books had I tried to pick better books. Like, this is just so fun. Okay. Let's go. 2,110. So that's like a really new edition. So that's like on my last page. Hearts Still Beating by Brooke Archer. Wait! Is this the gay zombie book? It's the gay zombie book! Oh my god! Okay, 17-year-old Mara is dead, mostly. Infected with a virus that brought the dead back to life and the world to its knees, she wakes up in a facility to learn a treatment for this disease has been found. No longer a tick, Mara is placed in an experimental resettlement program. But her recovery is complicated by her destination. She's sent to live with a best friend she hasn't seen since the world ended. And since their first and only kiss. 17-year-old Rory is alive. Barely. With impaired mobility from an injury and a dead sister, Rory's nightmares are just as monstrous as the ticks that turned her former best friend. Even after the island, one of a handful of surviving communities, rebuilds itself, Rory is prepared for the ticks to return at any time. She never expected them to come in the form of the only girl she's ever loved. As the girls struggle with their past and the people they've become, the island soldiers go rogue and come after the ticks and anyone harboring them. With the island's fragile peace in the balance, Rory and Mara must lean on each other to survive, or risk losing the girl they love love all over again. This has been going absolutely bonkers on TikTok, I think. At least on where I'm at on TikTok. I am so excited to read this. What the literal heck? Wait, why are all of these so iconic? I feel like we're just gonna disappoint ourselves the more we go on, because how can anything live up to this now? We have to pick book number 5 now. Okay, 1028. Reckless Girls by Rachel Hawkins. I've heard mixed things, I'm not gonna lie to you, but it's been on my radar. Okay. When Lux McAllister and her boyfriend Nico are hired to sail 2 women to a remote island in the South Pacific, it seems like the opportunity of a lifetime. Stuck in a dead-end job in Hawaii and longing to travel the world after a family tragedy, Lux is eager to climb on board the Susanna and set out on an adventure. She's also quick to bond with their passengers, college best friends Brittany and Amma. The 2 women say that they want to travel off the beaten path, but like Lux, they may have other reasons to be seeking an escape. Shimmering on the horizon after days at sea, Moreau Island is every bit the paradise the foursome expects, despite a mysterious history of shipwrecks, cannibalism, and even rumors of murder. But what they don't expect is to discover another boat already anchored off Moreau's sandy beaches. The owners of the Azure Sky, Jake and Eliza, are a true golden couple, gorgeous, laid back, and if their sleek catamaran and well-stocked bar are any indication, rich. Now a party of 6, the new friends settle in to experience life on an exotic island, and the serenity of being completely off the grid. Lux hasn't felt like she truly belonged anywhere in years, yet here on Moreau, with these fellow free spirits, she finally has a sense of peace. But with the arrival of a skeevy stranger sailing alone in pursuit of a darker kind of good time, the balance of the group is disrupted. Soon, cracks begin to emerge. It seems that Brittany and Amma haven't been completely honest with Lux about their past, and perhaps not even with each other. And though Jake and Eliza seem like the perfect pair, the rocky history of their relationship begins to resurface, and their reasons for sailing to Moreau might not be as innocent as they first appeared. When it becomes clear that the group is even more cut off from civilization than they initially thought, it starts to feel like the island itself is closing in on them, and when one person goes missing and another turns up dead, Lux begins to wonder if any of them are going to make it off the island alive. Okay, this is for sure an isolated setting, and I love isolated setting. For thrillers, I would say that's probably one of my top 3 favorite tropes, because for me, it raises the stakes by like 75 million %, and I just love that. So although this wasn't as high on my list, I'm still really excited about this. I think this is going to be really good. I love a good isolated setting, and then murder and missing, and okay. We have 1 book left to pick. I've literally not picked any that I own, so we're gonna have to pick 2 of those. So that's a little intimidating, and then we have a couple other just like random little bookies to talk about. So let's pick our last Goodreads pick. 1582. All right. As Long as We Both Shall Live by Joanne Chaney. Another mystery thriller. Okay. I love a good mystery thriller, even if it's like the generic, like, oh, like my wife died, which is literally how this starts. But like, even if it's just like one of the generics, I'm a big mystery thriller girly. Even though I give most of them like 3 stars, I love it. I love the rush. My wife! I think she's dead! Matt frantically tells park rangers that he and his wife Marie were hiking when she fell off a cliff into the raging river below. They start a search, but they aren't hopeful. No one could have survived that fall. It was a tragic accident. But Matt's first wife also died in suspicious circumstances. And when the police pull a body out of the river, they have a lot more questions for Matt. Detectives Lauren and Spengler want to know if Matt is a grieving, twice unlucky husband or a cold-blooded murderer. They dig into the couple's lives to see what they can unearth. And they find that love's got teeth, it's got claws, and once it hitches you to a person, it's tough to rip yourself free. So what happens when you're done making it work? It's giving Matt is a problem. I do think it's going to be interesting because I think this will be the first one where the husband has like another wife that had passed away. Like, I feel like I've always just dealt with like the golden couple. One dies, the other is in trouble, or like, you know what I mean? But I feel like this is the first one where it's like one dies and then, oh look, there was another one before. So I think that's going to add an interesting layer to this. So I am personally looking forward to this, even if it doesn't seem like I am. This is just, out of all of them, I have to say, this is the one I'm like least excited for, but that doesn't mean I'm not excited. It just means that nothing is going to beat the hype of the other ones. but I'm still excited. Okay, so I did not land on a single book that I own on my physical TBR. And while some of these will probably end up on my physical TBR because I really do want to own a couple of them, I still want to pick from the books I already own and try to prioritize them this month. I did not do the best at prioritizing them last month. It was a rough go of things for me, I'm not gonna lie to you. I forgot that I was vlogging, and then that vlog took like a half of my reading month, and then I just have not been there. So we'll see, but let's pick my 2 books. So I put them all in a list randomizer and then just pick from there. So they're all here. And so let's just go and randomize them. So I have a few more this time than I did last time because I got a subscription box and I did some things, some shoppings. So we're looking at 306 books, or like first books in series that I own that I haven't read. That's embarrassing. But we're going to put the number in and we're just going to go. So we're looking at 105 and 86. Okay, so let's see what 86 is, and then we'll see what 105 is. So 86 is Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste Ng. I feel like I'm about 4 years too late to this party. However, I do own this book, and I have wanted to read it. So let's see. Everyone in Shaker Heights was talking about it that summer. How Isabel, the last of the Richardson children, had finally gone around the bend and burned the house down. In Shaker Heights, a placid, progressive suburb of Cleveland, everything is meticulously planned. From the layout of the winding roads, to the colors of the houses, to the successful lives its residents will go on to lead. And no one embodies this spirit more than Elena Richardson, whose guiding principle is playing by the rules. Enter Mia Warren, an enigmatic artist and single mother who arrives in this idyllic bubble with her teenage daughter Pearl and rents a house from the Richardsons. Soon, Mia and Pearl become more than just tenants. All 4 Richardson children are drawn to the mother-daughter pair, but Mia carries with her a mysterious past and a disregard for the rules that threaten to upend this carefully ordered community. When old family friends attempt to adopt a Chinese-American baby, a custody battle erupts that dramatically divides the town and puts Mia and Elena on opposing sides. Suspicious of Mia and her motives, Elena is determined to uncover the secrets in Mia's past, but her obsession will come at an unexpected and devastating cost. I've heard really wonderful things about Little Fires Everywhere. I have heard some people say it's a titch on like the slower and more boring side. However, I'm still interested in reading it. That's why I picked it up at the thrift store when I saw it. So I think this is going to be a great addition. I'm reading a lot of books that have like popularity to them, which doesn't happen with me ever. So that's kind of cool. And let's see what 105 is. So 105 is Just One Summer by Lynn Stevens, and this is on Kindle. One summer, no regrets. Carly Reynolds does not want to work at her father's Branson Theater over the summer, but she has no choice. After wrecking his prized Mercedes on prom night, she's got to pay him back somehow before she leaves for college. Now she's stuck working as the personal assistant to 20-year-old Grayson Ford, a former member of one-hit wonder boy band Accentuate. I don't even want to tell you how I was going to pronounce that. I was literally going to be like, Akentuante. Like, that's insane. Okay. Grayson is demanding, condescending, and an all-around jerk. Carly would rather eat glass than deal with a male diva who's more famous for his stint in rehab than his music, until she realizes that Grayson's lonely. Once she welcomes him into her life, she starts to let him into her heart. Even though she knows it will end when she leaves for school, Carly doesn't want to look back on her life and wonder what if, even if it means a broken heart. Aww. Okay, so we're just looking at like a standard like young adult romance. Nothing crazy. I probably got it on like Stuff Your Kindle Day or something. Like, it's not jumping out at me, someone I remember, but I got it, so it's my priority to at least try it. I don't have to like it, and I can always DNF it, but it's my priority to at least try the book. Okay, so that is all for this nonsense. So a couple of other things just to wrap up. So I am part of the Winers Book Club. We just recently started getting back on the bandwagon, back into our kick of things. Do we have our pick for June yet? No. So how am I supposed to add that in here, you may ask? Great question. I couldn't, but maybe it'll be in the description below. If I haven't edited this by the time we pick, then it'll be in the description below. If I haven't edited this, it'll be on the screen here. If I have edited it, it'll be in the description. If it's in neither of those places, we are slacking off again. And we may not have a June month, which is okay. It happens. We're adults. We're busy. But we'll try. we'll give her a go. And finally, I promised to read a book, and I am a woman of my word. I don't necessarily, how should I say, it's not that I don't want to read this book. It's that it's not one that I like overly want to read, but I made a promise to my coworker that I would read The Girl on the Train by Paula Hawkins. I tried to read a book by her last year and I immediately DNF'd because I was like, what is this writing? What are all of these people? I can't keep anything straight. I'm done. I am praying to whatever is up there, whatever is anywhere, that this is not the case this time. However, I am willing to give it a try for her. I promised her, and as I said, I am a woman of my word. I am going to stick to my guns and I'm going to try. Again, I might not finish it because let's be honest, I might not like it, but at least I can say that I tried. So, do I really know what it's about? It's about a girl on a train and some type of mystery. I'm not even going to look it up. We'll go into it blind. But that is the other book that I'm reading. So, yeah, that is everything. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. Let me know in the comments below what you're planning on reading for the month of June, and let me know if any of these sound interesting, if you've read any of them, what you think I should prioritize. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning into this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content. I post once a week, every Wednesday, and it's been a blast to be back in the BookTube community. And until next time, bye readers!